Michael, congratulations. Another big step towards Champions League qualification. What's your overall opinion of the game today?
It was quite an open game at times, actually, and I thought we started fantastically well, as good as we've started for a good spell, 20-25 minutes, and should have been at least another goal up, maybe more. But credit to them, they're a good team. We knew they were a good team. They've got a really good mix of threats in different ways, and they came into the game a little bit, and we're in a good place at half time, but we just thought we were getting a little bit too open really at certain times, so we just tweaked things second half, and for the most part had a bit decent control at the second half, and then towards the end few opportunities and had to defend the box. But I thought the spirit, the effort and the togetherness of the players was fantastic. We could have scored more, but listen, it's a time of year, it's a results business, and we needed to take the points, and we've had a fantastic 2 games on the back of the Leeds defeat.
It was, as you mentioned, a really open game, especially in that first half. There were chances at both ends. Was that why it was really crucial for you to make that change at half time? I think it's the first time that we've seen that under you in a back 3. Yeah,
we were going to make it anyway, and then we ended up scoring the second goal, so put us in an even better position. But there was just certain spaces that we thought we needed to cover a little bit better, and I think for the most part, second half, it had a good effect really, and it was a purely tactical one. So yeah, listen, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But today, I thought really it was about the result, and in the position we were in at half time, we wanted to see the game through.
Just word on the goals as well. The second goal, another assist for Bruno Fernandes. It feels like he is going to do it this season. He's going to top that Premier League charts for all-time assist maker, isn't he?
Yeah, we hope so. Yeah, of course. You know, in terms of scoring goals, I think we've pretty much scored every game, and Bruno's a big part of that. But the forward line are collective as well, and the connections and relationships. But again, Bruno, an important moment. I think there was other ones where he could have maybe had one more, maybe scored himself. So I thought we looked dangerous enough throughout the game.
How pleased are you with the way the team managed to see the game out, especially after Brentford scoring that late goal and having a little bit of energy right at the end?
Yeah, listen, I think the way the boys managed it, I think sticking together, it's a tough finish. It's a tough league. It's a tough league to get results in, and I think that's proven over recent weeks and months. So, but to get the amount of wins we have, we're delighted with that. Today was all about the 3 points for us, and we definitely got that. So we're happy tonight.
What is this win going to do though now for the next couple of games, the remaining fixtures that you've got left?
Oh well, it's another win. You know, we've obviously got an important game coming up at the weekend, so we can look forward to that. It's a big game for different reasons, but we've put ourselves in a good position with a good win tonight.
Congratulations! Thanks for your time, Michael.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Club appearance and an assist for the first goal as well. Harry, very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. An important victory. Was it hard work though tonight?
Yeah, it was tough. I think we started the game really well, and then after 25 minutes, I think they got to grips of the game, and we found it struggling that first half, and we changed shape a little bit in the second half. I felt like it was a lot more solid. We covered the pitch a lot more, a lot less crosses were coming into the box. Disappointing to obviously concede the goal from the edge of the box. We've got to get out a little bit quicker than that to block the shot and block the ball. But it felt comfortable apart from the set play chance that obviously they hit the bar with. But yeah, I felt like the shape helped us in the second half, not to concede as many chances. But overall, I felt like we should have done a little bit more with the ball.
Is it a bit strange for you all, really, sort of having played 3 in the back for so long, and then obviously moving to 4 at the back, and then in the second half, I guess you're back to 3. Is that actually more comfortable for some of you?
No, definitely not. I think the formation change has helped us a lot. To be honest, I think the results spoke for itself when we was a back 3, and Michael come in and changed to a back 4, and the results have picked up a lot now. So. No, I think we're comfortable that we can play both formations, but yeah, I think we didn't cover the pitch well enough in the last 20 minutes of the first half, and we was letting too many balls into the box, and then they were putting a lot of numbers in the box as well. What we didn't deal with it well enough. So they had a lot of chances in that last 20 minutes of the first half. I think it was good that the manager recognised that, and we changed the second half, and I felt like it was a lot more comfortable.
Harry, we know how effective you can be in the opposition box as well. I mean, we honestly thought you'd scored with that first header, but somehow Caesar Kelleher manages to claw it away. Don't know if you see this. I mean, he sort of seems to snatch it almost from behind the line, but the GDS, it's so close.
Yeah, in the time I thought it might have. Oh yeah, wow! I thought it might have gone over the line. I got up well, but I didn't catch it as clean as I'd like. I could have got more pace on it. It was a great ball in, and the pace was on the ball, and it was coming towards me. And I got up well, but I could have caught it a little bit cleaner and got more power on the header, I felt. But yeah, it was a good save in the end, but hopefully it didn't make a difference to the result.
And then there you are at the back post, and we know that, as you say, came close to scoring, but then you actually do manage to create here for Casemiro.
Yeah, definitely. It was something that Bruno spoke about, going an outswinger, but I think Casemiro, I thought I was good at heading and tacking ball in the box until I met Casemiro. And
he's amazing, isn't he?
His timing, his leap, his aggression, his technique. It's the best I've seen and worked with. Yeah, he's really clinical, and he's been a massive boost for us this season, because without his goals we wouldn't be nowhere near where we are on the table.
Harry, on this show we like to look at the tactical side of it, and there's a lot being made of, you know, playing three at the back with the previous manager. You just mentioned Michael now playing a back four. But what other insight can you give us to this sort of change in fortune and feeling around Manchester United since Michael Carrick came in?
Yeah, I think obviously the results helped the feeling massively. We had two tough fixtures when Michael first come in, and I think everyone was probably looking at them thinking, oh no, with Arsenal and Man City, and we managed to get the 6 points, and then from then on everyone's believed in it, and we've gathered together, we've got the confidence, we know that we can score goals from anywhere. I think we can still get a lot better at this formation as well. I think we can work as a back four, slide across the pitch a lot quicker, like we should have done, I felt like in the first half. In the first half today, I think we will get better the longer that we work as a unit in there. But yeah, I think the results speak for themselves. Since the manager's come in and the formation's changed, we just seem to pick up results. I think that the games previous, when Ruben was here, was a lot 50-50, but we always ended up on the back of a defeat. Now it seems like it's the other way around, where we're a lot better in both boxes. We defend our box a lot better, and we're managing to be clinical in the other box.
Hi Harry, how you doing, bro?
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
I was thinking, you're after Carragher's job?
Still a long time till that comes, but no, just a quick one from me. Obviously back in the team tonight, winning again. Just about the set pieces. Normally, most of the season we've seen Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro have that link between each other. But tonight it seemed he was aiming more towards you on the first contact, and it was just something I wondered whether you'd worked on that in training in the week, or was that more between you two on the night you felt you was getting more space? I just wondered if that was something that you decided beforehand or during the game.
Well, yeah, I think what really helps you when you're attacking a set play is that you've got two big threats. I've played in a lot of teams where I get 1-2 players marking me, and all the focus is on myself. I think now other teams are respecting that Casemiro is a massive threat as well, so they have to take a lot of eyes on him. They have to put a good defender on him rather than putting two on myself at the moment. So I think it frees us both up. I think our record when we both play together, when I play, I think Casemiro gets more goals, and when he plays, for sure, I get more opportunities as well. So I think it's good that we have two big targets, two good threats in the attacking box, and I think it makes it a lot harder for the opposition.
Harry, I just wanted to mention, if you ever want to come and try and take my job, you're more than welcome in the studio next season. If you want to come along to a Monday Night Football, love to have you in.
I'll pop in, don't worry about that next.
And he also says, Harry, that because Manchester United are pretty much guaranteed Champions League football now, if you could just go a little bit easy next Sunday, that'd be great.
Yeah, no more winning goals.
Yeah, it's a big one next week. We know that's more than Champions League football, so we'll be ready for that one.
We're looking forward to it, and we look forward to seeing you there. Harry, thank you for being a good sport and talking to us live
Cheers,
tonight.
Guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Same team as him at Leicester, but you were around the place when he was playing.
Yeah, that was probably when I first started to break into training with the first team, and he was playing week in, week out, and he's such a good lad. He was so nice and welcoming the minute I came through the door. Then obviously he got a big move to Man United, and I think he's a top player, and he has been for the last 7-8 years, and such a good, humble lad as well. So it's nice to see him back in the team, contributing to games, and I think he's very effective for Manchester United.
He is a top player, And you've seen that what he's done at England at tournament level. He's coming at Manchester United, got the captain's armband, and then he had a difficult spell, as we do as footballers. But when you're saying he's a top player, I don't know him that well. You probably know him better than me. Well, for me, looking from afar, a top character. And what I mean by that is, it would have been very easy for him to leave Manchester United on 2 or 3 occasions at different times. There's a little bit of heat on him. At one stage, I think the supporters were getting on his back. I go back to an incident in a pre-season game where Anana, the goalkeeper, came in. He's only been there 2 minutes. And he was having a go at him and screaming and shouting at him. And the character that lad's shown, and he signed a new contract, hasn't he, for next season, to be at one of the biggest clubs in the world, where when it's not going well, the flag's flying. I know that from Liverpool, and Manchester United is exactly the same. And as I said, it hasn't been easy, because they're not being, the most successful of Manchester United teams we've seen. But for him to come through that, and as you say, he comes back into the team, it almost feels like they need Harry Maguire now. When you look at a Manchester United team sheet, if you're a Manchester United fan, you think, we need Harry Maguire playing. You just mentioned how strong they are in both boxes. That's a big part of him. And listen, don't know him too well, but got so much admiration, and I love that in players. It's easy to play well when things are going well. Have a look at people when things aren't going well, how they come through it, and you fight through it. And that's part of being a professional player. And for me, I think what he's done at Manchester United is superb character-wise.
All that said, Kiernan, Brentford made it pretty hard for Harry and also Aidan Heaven in that first half. In the back four, which he talked about, he had that preference for it, but Brentford kept on finding spaces, didn't they? Creating moments.
For sure, and to be honest, they're probably going to walk off the pitch today thinking, how have we only scored 1 goal? Especially after the first half performance. Thiago, he's had 3 golden chances. And
this is the amazing thing, 3 amazing chances without actually shooting.
Yeah, on another day.
That was Coyote.
He scores probably 2 or 3, and Coyote's got a great chance there. But that's just football. They've gone through the game today having 4 or 5 clear-cut chances and not won the game, and they might have 1 chance in another game and win it. So today wasn't their night in terms of in front of goal. It wasn't as clinical as Man United, and that obviously cost them the game.
I mean, look at that, Jamie. I mean, from a centre-back perspective, the space that he's got through the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, Manchester United win 2-1, but it's almost one of the most uncomfortable 2-1s you probably ever see from a team, really. I mean, listen, he's had a brilliant season, hasn't he? I mean, to be honest, in some ways, that last-ditch tackle there was absolutely out of this world.
Yeah, credit Aidan Heaven for that one, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean... But it wasn't, it certainly wasn't the first shot he had that the goalkeeper came to the rescue. Heaven again, testing his own goalkeeper again. But listen, Brentford are fantastic. They played really, really well. Very unlucky not to get something from the game. But as Harry Maguire said, a lot of the time under Ruben Amorim, they were coming the wrong side of these games. Now, as I said, a lot better in the boxes. A lot of that is down to that goalkeeper who's been fantastic since he come in. And also, at the other end, a lot more clinical, certainly on set pieces. And
it was in that kind of environment when Brentford were pressing, looking for that equalising goal, that kind of situation, which led to United making it 2-0. Jamie, explain.
Well, what's interesting on this one is we're talking about Brentford leaving themselves wide open. But what happens is, we just stop it now. This is Harry Maguire. He's won the ball out wide. Maybe got a little bit carried away. He's trying to get a 1-2 with Luke Shaw. And then there's a quick turnover. Now, if I stop this as the ball comes here, now, I mean, you'd think I wasn't talking about a Manchester United goal. You'd be thinking that's one of the chances Brentford had. I mean, we've just seen probably 2 of them, a carbon copy of that situation. So they're virtually in. It's just that it's a poor pass. Manchester United all over the place, as they were a little bit defensively. But what happened is, that was your right back, Coyote, who I absolutely love watching play. I mean, he's brilliant. But then the left back goes on his bike because he thinks the space is there. And then what happens is one of your midfield players who's maybe a bit shattered. It's Old Trafford, it's a big pitch. I think it's Jensen, is it in there? He thinks, I can have a rest. Just give me a little blow. We've got the ball. We're okay. We've got easy possession. They haven't got easy possession. And then what's left? He just needs to get a little jog on, just in there, not now, not react late, almost just think, I need to be in the centre of the pitch. Because what happens then is a devastating counter-attack, and that is Manchester United at the best, Kiernan.
100%. Like I always say, sometimes you're most vulnerable when you're attacking, and that's exactly what we've seen there with the second goal. Football is a game of fine margins, and like I said, if there's anyone not to leave in that sort of space for the Man United team, it's Bruno Fernandes.
Well, this is your area of the pitch, so talk us through what he's thinking right now.
Well, he's probably a bit surprised actually that he's turned and he's got all the space to run in front, but he's done so well in terms of the way he's carried the ball. And like I mentioned before, he's waited until the last minute to make a defender move, and then as soon as the defender's moved, he's popped it off to the striker.
Just take that back. I think the point that you make is absolutely spot on, because as he's coming through, I think we all know in the back of our mind he's probably desperate to pass more than shoot.
Because he's after this assist record.
But when you see it there, basically he's obviously got the two options, hasn't he? He hasn't quite got that one yet, but he's definitely got this one. And what he is saying is, it's not just waiting. He has to entice. One of them have to come to him. Yeah. They can't just let him shoot and run through on the goal. So is he just waiting to entice one of those defenders to come close to him?
That's exactly that. Look, most plays up there, I think, pass it to Mbeumo 5 yards before, and he can get across and put him under pressure.
But I think if you see Sepp van der Beek, he's made his decision now, hasn't he? I've got to go to the ball.
Yeah, and it's so clever, because I think Bruno's almost looking at the defender and waiting for that exact moment where he's made the decision, and then as soon as he's made that step, he's passed the ball, and it's gave Sesko that extra second, which is exactly what you need to score. Like, he's looking the whole time he's running. He's looking left, he's looking right. He could have easily passed now, but he's going there to attract him. Then he goes, then pop. Yeah, and he's left him in so much space. It's high level.
He makes it look simple.
And
it looks simple to probably somebody who just watches football thing. But I know, like, playing in that position, how clever it is.
Kieran, I think we mentioned before the game, we're not talking about one of the best players in the Premier League. I think we're talking about one of the best players in the world here. Now, I don't really slow this down, because if you look at him now, he's looking there, he's looking to him, that's the obvious pass.
Yeah.
But as soon as Collins now makes that move there, look at his right foot.
Yeah.
He's gone to look to pass that. As soon as he sees him thinking on his way here, he almost goes to touch it with his right foot and lets it run across his body. You just see it run across his body now. There. Then, is he going to have a shot with his left foot?
Well, he's still got the other option as well. He can still reverse it, can't he?
Yeah, he's still got that option. And like Carragher said, a lot of times you might have the shot with your right foot, but because of that step onto his left, it's attracted Van der Berg, because he's probably thinking he's going to get a shot off. He has to defend it. But that leaves Sesko wide open, and then Sesko's showed great composure.
I think what we shouldn't forget is Sesko's finish. As you said, that is brilliant composure. Yes, we're talking about Bruno Fernandes because he's going for the assist record. But actually, you think of Sesko, young player come in, almost now feels like he's the first choice striker. And you can feel that with that composure there. Normally, maybe he snatches that, gets the shot off, gets blocked by the defender. And we don't criticise him too much because the defender's done great. But to have that composure in the box and finish was fantastic.
Yeah, really good finish into double figures. For the season, Benjamin Sesko and Bruno Fernandes up to 19 assists for the season as well, just one short of the record currently held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne.
Congratulations, another big step towards Champions League qualification. Just how good does that win feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing, definitely. We were really fighting till the last minute. It was tough because we knew that we are facing a difficult team because they're good. But we managed to hold the score like that till the end. And I think we deserved the victory in the end.
It was a really quick start to the game, wasn't it? There were lots of chances at both ends as well. How pleased are you with how you as a team managed the game today?
No, I think it's in general very important the way you start a game because it just gives, especially when you play at home, it gives the crowd just extra energy, and we used it in our own, and we scored 2 goals, in the end.
And you scored one of them, taking your tally up to 10. Just how good are you feeling on the pitch at the moment?
No, I'm feeling way better. From each game to game, the feelings are better, connected more with the team, and of course I have teammates that is helping me.
We keep hearing as well around the ground the chants of Casemiro. Casemiro, of course, he scored today. But what's he like for you as a teammate, of course, in his last season at Manchester United?
I mean, he's a work machine, never stops. Doesn't matter what time it is. We are pleased that we have him. We're gonna use it till the last minute. Unfortunately, he leaves, but he's helping us very much.
Bruno Fernandes with another assist for your goal. That takes his tally up to 19 goals as well. How good do you feel that you two are working together on the pitch as well?
Now we're working a lot on the trainings and off the pitch as well, and it's paying off, especially having teammates like this with that kind of quality. It's just pleasure, and I have to use it,
So you're almost there, Champions League qualification for next season. What does that mean for Manchester United, and how much confidence have you got now for those final 4 games?
We have to push till the last minute. We know what we're up to, and it's just important to bring the energy that we brought today on the last games, and we believe we can manage it, of course.
Congratulations today. Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Sesko. Rene was very impressed with the reporter questions there, weren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, that was Pien Moelenstein, Rene's very talented daughter, our colleague. So the Moelenstein theme tonight. In terms of Sesko, are you seeing progressive signs?
Yes, definitely. And he said it there, and obviously Pien asked him how important was the link with Bruno Fernandes, because you could see in the beginning of the games that Bruno was pointing to him at all the time. The sort of connection wasn't there yet. And you can see that connection getting stronger, stronger, stronger. Marco knows better than anybody else. As strikers, you feed of service. And there's plenty of strikers that we know from Man United that haven't made it. And partly was because there was no service. And if you give him service, because he's already scored now, 6, 7 goals? Since, under Michael Carrick?
Yeah.
And that is the thing. And he has definitely progressed. His movement is better. He's working hard. He can bring players into other players into play. He's still young. It's a big thing to play for Manchester United, to leading the line. But I think he's doing a great job, and he's getting better from game to game.
Yeah, because you were, I don't know what the word was, non-committal, shall we say?
Sceptical.
Sceptical, possibly. Yeah, if you want to say you were sceptical at the start. Are you beginning to see reasons to be non-sceptical in Benjamin Sesko?
What I find difficult is when Manchester United, for the last few years, I don't care who you play up front, I don't care who you you play in the team in certain positions. I think it's very hard to judge when the team aren't functioning. Rene makes a point there about strikers. We're the end of the chain. If the chain is broken anyway, there is no, there is no striker. It's pointless in many ways. I would love to see Højlund, what he can do now. I mean, he played in a Manchester United team that was broken, that didn't have any of those links, that was playing poorly. Who's to say he's not very, very good? He's actually doing really well in Italy now. Sesko was the same. When he first came to the club, it was like, things aren't really, it's hard to judge. And now all of a sudden, now that chain of, right the way through the team is actually working. Now you're seeing a different type of player. And I just wonder how much wastage there's been for many years now in terms of everybody says, oh, yeah, the purchases have been poor. And that might be the case. But sometimes they might not get a fair crack of the whip as well because, as I say, they just don't get the service that they should get. Now, Sesko's all of a sudden now spearheading a front line that's got some serious ammunition being fed to him from behind. The Cunhas, the Amads, obviously Fernandes, Mbeumo. So it's a different position now. It's an exciting position. If you're a centre forward around Europe and you're coming available, that's not a bad place to go at the moment, Manchester United. And you would say it hasn't been for many years. It's almost been a bit of a graveyard for centre forwards. Now, all of a sudden, it's an attractive proposition.
And tonight's goal from the assist from Bruno Fernandes, a lot of people expected him to find Mbeumo and not Sesko with this pass, Rene.
Well, that shows the intelligence of a Bruno Fernandes, because when you break 3 versus 2, and you can see it here in the clip, it falls to him, and straight away he goes. And what he does, he commits Collins. So he runs straight at him. Now he waits, and then Van den Berg has to commit, and that opens. Now, what I will press with Sesko is that he doesn't shoot straight away, because the ball would have been blocked. So what he does, he takes a touch, you can see it in a minute. Yes, that ball was on, but I think if they would have played in Mbeumo, Collins could have gone in between. That little shimmy there from Sesko sets him up to score the goal. Really well played.
Yeah, Mbeumo was the pass early on in the move. Once he took that extra touch, Bruno Fernandes, then that meant that he had to go to Sesko, because Mbeumo would have either ran offside or he'd lost his momentum, as Rene said, might have been blocked or cut out. I was screaming for him to pass to Mbeumo. The whole run, as he was going, I was thinking Mbeumo, but I was convinced he was going to go to the right. And then when he took his last touch, that meant then he had to go to the left. And Sesko, Rennie's right. You know, a player lacking in confidence hits that first time and gets it blocked. Just safety, just hit the ball on target. Might get a deflection or something. Confident players, when they're scoring goals, they do the right thing. They don't do the safe thing. They do the right thing.
Since Michael Carrick was appointed, there's only 3 players who've scored more Premier League goals than Benjamin Sesko, so that backs that up as well. Bruno Fernandes with another assist. That is 19 for the season, so he is 1 away from equalling the most assists in a Premier League season. Not bad, is it? A joint record held by Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry. Now, in terms of goal contributions, look at this in Manchester United's history, where he is at the moment. He's gone level tonight with one Cristiano Ronaldo, Rene, who you used to work with. Some serious names on that list.
Absolutely. I mean, you just go down, you see Wayne Rooney in front, Giggsy. It's unbelievable. I mean...
And he deserves to be in that company, doesn't he, Bruno Fernandes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's got, if you talk about a player that makes a difference, he's got the intelligence, he's got the technical attributes. Going forward, his decision-making is most of the time spot on. And like I said, forwards feed off windows of opportunities. They make the certain movements, and then you need to find the players that find the right pass at the right time. You saw, again, a number of occasions already tonight that was happening, and the Sesko goal is the best example for it.
Yeah. Before that, we're not going to see him, and United fans aren't going to see him for 4 more games, and then that's goodbye to Casemiro. Ever since he announced he was leaving, it seems he can't do any wrong.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean...
That re-energised, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely that. I mean, some people have been writing him off about a year ago, and he's actually playing some of the best football of his career. Certainly the best football of his Manchester United career in this sort of last few months. He's a magnet to the ball, isn't he, in the penalty box? And it's not just scoring goals, it's defending on his own corners. He virtually heads everything away at that near post. He's a magnet. He's unbelievable. His timing, his bravery, you know, the timing of his runs as well. You know, how he jumps there. I mean, people will just look at it and think, oh, that's a simple header. But sometimes you give away power to actually get a jump on someone, so it just takes somebody out the game totally. If he wanted to get real power on that, he would have delayed his jump. But actually, the only danger, he's so close, he didn't need to go for power. The only danger is somebody else sort of challenge him. So he jumps early, gets his arms up, nobody can touch you then. You know, anybody jumps, you jump into their arms, you've got no chance. So just his cleverness, his understanding, his type of, you know, his type of goals. Here, he jumps so high here, and there he goes. Nobody can jump into him. He's almost pinning everybody down. OK, he negates some power, but he's a yard away. It doesn't matter about power there. He's just a clever footballer, always had it. And Manchester United are going to have a real problem. Problem. It's going to cost a lot of money. It's a challenge to find a replacement. Now, there's a lot of good midfielders about. You know, your Andersons at Nottingham Forest, your Whartons at Crystal Palace, your Beliebers at Brighton. You know, all of these players are potentially on their radar, but it's going to take some money and some player to replace Casemiro.
Mm. And his off-the-pitch influence as well. I mean, from a management coaching point of view.
I do have to say, because I think the change of manager, the change of the system has helped him massively.
And Mainu?
100%. Mainu coming in, he's got energy, he's got legs. The wingers have to tuck in a little bit more to get a little bit more protection in that respect. So it's not gung-ho and pressing all the time. The pitch was too big for him. When people started to ride him off, he got run off all the time. And if I would be the opposition, I would have had legs against Casemiro because he wouldn't track or he couldn't track. And then you get exposed. Now he's much more in his comfort zone. And when he's on the ball, he's a good player. Obviously, he's an experienced player. He can do things, no problem at all. Fantastic. But it looks like... Not only him, I think there's so much more positive energy coming from that Man United team at this moment in time. Mm. You know, and this today was a step forward because Michael Carrick made the decision to say, whoa, we don't want that basketball game. Let's shore it up a little bit more. Let's drag it over the line, and they did.
Yeah,
it's a strange thing for Manchester United because the basketball team actually, or that type of game actually, does suit their attacking players in a way. When Cunha's playing with Ahmad, you've got Mbeumo, you've got a lot of pace, but it absolutely doesn't suit Casemiro. It doesn't suit Harry Maguire. It doesn't suit certain players that are slow, let's put it bluntly. They haven't got enough pace for that open, big, making the pitch too big. So it's a fascinating sort of conundrum that you've got as a Manchester United manager, that it sort of suits. It's almost like a counter-attacking team, really. You know, with the Casemiro and Harry Maguire, sort of, they feel more protected in a stronger structure. But then to pounce and to explode into life from that type of position. So
it's interesting because we've been in that same position many times before. Carrick has been in this position many times before, and under Ferguson, that was always we going for the third, we going for the kill, and then we go for the fourth. We don't stop because he always said we have an obligation to entertain the fans. That is also saying something that Michael is not yet 100% sure. With this, because there's still the vulnerability. If you look at all the chances that Brentford had today, and you put them in a sequence, you go, how did Man United win this game, or how did Brentford not win it? So there's still this there. But the most important thing is he has to deliver. He has to get the results. He gets the results. You get him into the Champions League, and then it's obviously for the club a big shout. What's coming next for?
Indeed. And just going back to the midfield. I mean, Mainu. I mean, he's been outstanding since Michael brought him back into the team, but it was like a man possessed tonight at times, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have always pointed the finger at him, saying probably lack of mobility, lack of legs, but he got through unbelievable amount of work. I mean, this has never been in danger. His skill levels, his quality in the final third, his passing ability, but it was this that really impressed me. This was a hard game. This was a physical game today. It was a game for legs, really, especially in that first half. And I mean, his all-round game, really, was absolutely outstanding. And he's not got a weakness, really.
No, he's a great midfielder. He's got a great future, like you said. He's got all the attributes. He's got the intelligence. He's got the legs. He's got some good power behind him as well. Really impressive since he's been back on the Michael Carrick.
Probably just doesn't score enough goals is possibly the only thing. I mean, because he's got virtually
winner in the FA
else.
Cup final, didn't he?
He did, yeah. But, you know...
Regularly,
yeah. That is the only thing. But that might come. But, I mean, he can do everything else. He was brilliant tonight.
And he has helped Manchester United to another 3 points under Michael Carrick.